Do 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 do. Oh my lord, jeez. Calm down there, pal.
Check. There we go.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to watch a wonderful game here.
Two of them,
Yes.
maybe three of them.
Oh lord. What
At
have I
least
signed
three, all of
myself
them
up
going to
for?
overtime.
If that happens, there's a solid chance I get very aggressive in my casting and call each and every one of you shitters.
At what point is Stampy just sitting there?
Did you invite Mo?
Oh. Yeah, I invited Mo.
Come on, Momo. What about ISO? Has he responded yet? Don't say no. Oh my fucking god, what a retard. This is great. What's that roster looking like?
Do 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 do.
This will not bode well for ISO if he does not join. I'm just letting this be known now.
Bro, someone call this man on Discord.
You can.
Fuck that. Akita, you're the only one that hasn't added him.
Dude, I'm messaging everyone but ISO right now because you guys are handling that. I just need to make sure I have a...
Do 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 do.
Truth, he says he can join. Or Moosey.
He's on the roster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get his ass in here then.
Okay. Reagan, are you there?
Yeah.
Do you have Moosey added on PS?
I probably do.
OOSIE right now? Yeah.
Hondo. We end up going all the way. Let's
Yeah, there we
go.
go. Can I get a confirmation that both teams are ready?
No.
No.
We're ready. News, your
Oh
mic
my
working?
god.
Yep.
Yes, I was in party chat.
You're good.
Can I get a... Oh, I got a ping. Oh, no.
I
That's,
got top order.
that's Canadian promoting my stream.
Good
Can I get
day,
a...
fellow scallywags. How are we doing this evening?
Oh,
You ready?
wait,
We're
are
doing
you
great. How about
ready
yourself?
to...
I am doing quite exquisite. Are you guys
That's
ready?
fantastic.
We are
Let's
ready.
do this.
We are all ready. We wish you a good game and yes.
Hold on, wait a minute. Is this
Yes.
sportsmanship in console R6? No
Never
way.
seen before.
I don't believe it. Alright, I'm starting it.
Alright,
Have
start it.
fun.
Good luck, y'all.
Try not
Have
to
fun.
get hit
Have fun.
on. Goodbye.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Solar playoff game, first round, I do believe, between the Maestros in blue and Stormwatch Cloudburst in orange. Both of these teams obviously doing well enough in the regular season to qualify for playoffs, so that's always good. Should be a good matchup. It is a best of 3. Our first map here is Clubhouse, and the bans are happening right now. Osa being the first ban off the board by the Maestros, likely not wanting to deal with those pesky shields, and I can't blame them. They can be used very effectively to really help a team get some picks, plus those impact EMPs. I mean, honestly, it's a good ban all around. That will be followed up by a Jackal ban by Stormwatch Cloudburst. It appears they've had enough of getting their feet sniffed out. They're not here for it. Perhaps a little bit of a roaming game intended by them. And a Miraban being the next one off the board to go, also by Stormwatch Cloudburst. Last but not least here, we will be having a final ban come out from the side of the Maestros, banning out the Solus, likely wanting to eliminate a little bit of that plant now from below, or possibly just excellent roaming potential that Solus brings to the table. As we will be getting in here, a request to see the scoreboard. I will satisfy that request right now. Do you want me to show ranks or anything as well? Just request that as well, and I will try to pay attention and see it. But as you can see, these are the names of all the players in this exciting matchup that we have for you today.
Attackers need to
As we
locate and
get
defuse as many
underway
bombs as they
here,
can.
we will be having a CCTV defense coming up first. Okay, I thought my sound was glitched there for a second because I could just hear 0 sound, but that might have been just because I was in third-person perspective. Nonetheless, CCTV defense here, not too unorthodox for your first defense site on Clubhouse. Not necessarily the most common. There are a lot of sites that teams do enjoy on this map, hence why it is somewhat popular compared to some of the others in the comp map pool. Regardless, the attackers having a good chance
10
at
seconds
taking
left
this
before
site.
insertion.
It appears nothing too crazy coming out on this lineup. Diazami up holding rafters, a Kaid Claw hoping to hold the wall. It appears construction outside wall is well reinforced, making sure that we got all those exterior walls reinforced and set up in garage for a nice strong hold. As it appears the attackers here, Grim's a little bit close to garage here. Not sure quite what he's doing. Looks like he'll be going around, but it looks like a quick breach. Onto the side here is Thermite is preparing to go for wall. It appears Flores doing a little bit of droning, likely trying to take out those Azamis, as Thermite will be going for the wall now, it appears, with Thatcher and the EMP going off. They will be successful in getting a wall. Seeing the one on Rafters, getting a lot of damage done onto him, not quite able to do any damage onto that Azami up in Rafters. He will now be in quite a bit of distress here. She's got a lot of attackers pinching her in this garage. Able to peek out a little bit there. No shots connecting on either side. Getting flashes thrown. This Azami rather, is having to fight for her life at the moment. Sees the drone thrown out, quickly takes care of it. The attackers are slowly trying to work their way into this garage, but alas, no luck so far. On the other side of the map, it appears Grim might be pushing his way into the wrath of an angry Mo waiting in the bathroom, but no confrontation just quite yet. But it appears I was clicking on the wrong person. We might have a swing here. Is he aware? It looks like I'm getting here. You'll love to see it. Swinging out a gunfight here, and Boons will be able to take out Mo for the first pick of this game a minute and a half into the round. Swing out here now onto construction. Not sure if they're aware of this man sitting over in cash. It looks like they will be for now, at least, as it appears this Xerxes here will have himself quite a scuffle coming up with this SMG-11. Not a lot of bullets, but a lot of enemies over here in construction to take out. It appears they're not paying much attention to the doorway here. Depending on the timing, you could get a good pick, but Nuramusi and Reagan Beep each getting picks, bringing us up to a 3v4 for this attacking side with a little less than a minute to go on the board. As it appears, they will be repositioning a little bit, swinging the doorway wide here. Nomad, I don't think she's aware. She's hearing a shotgun shell possibly going off there. Not quite sure if the attackers are able to pinpoint where that attacker is, or defender is rather. Xerxes here still being allowed to sit in this corner. I don't think they're aware at all, and there's an attacker on site. The Nomad, though, not getting the call out from her teammate to swing, and the shotgun kill by Xerxes really coming into full effect, but it's all up to Thatcher. He's got 20 seconds left, 3 attackers to kill or a plan to get down. It is a do or die situation. An attacker running out here, keeping him at bay, wasting a little bit more time. Only 10 seconds left on the clock, and Moosey will run back out to get the round-ending kill. A solid first defense there by the Stormwatch Cloudburst. We saw some good progress by the Maestros side. Took them a while to get their first pick, but they did get the opening pick, but they were unfortunately unable to convert that into a round win. Would like to compliment Moosey there on that round with an excellent hold of Rafters despite pressure from a couple of attackers from a couple of different angles, able to really hold it down, deal out a little bit of damage, and then get the round-ending kill there. Overall, very good round by Moosey and a good round by both teams in general. Heading into the second round here, we will be headed to Church Arsenal for our second defense, where Cloudburst will be looking to have a repeat of what happened last round. Very good time wasting, it seemed, early on. Able to stall out half of the round before the first gunfight going down. As a defender, you'll take that every day of the week. However, the attackers here going with some of the same operators, still bringing that Thatcher perhaps to help them breach a little faster, although they did get the breach open rather quickly last round. They just really didn't seem to find the gunfights as early as they might have hoped. I don't know if it was perhaps a lack of aggressive play or what exactly was causing that error. But nonetheless, I apologize for not focusing on the site much this prep phase. I kind of got blabbing a little. Regardless, the attackers here coming in. One's still on drone. It appears the Nomad and Thatcher over here pushing possibly over by dirt, but it appears they will not be going towards the dirt itself, but rather to go get that kitchen hatch, as most teams commonly do push for to try and get some of that vertical pressure directly onto the site. Thatcher here being a little bit sneaky, trying to get a nice angle onto the doorway. Not going to find anything quite to his liking quite yet. The defenders here, Reagan Beep here being the only one upstairs. Looks like he might get a gunfight here onto the Thatcher. He takes him out. He downs him. That is case down, and that is the EMPs gone. That is all of the utility that the attackers had to take out those bandit wires and Kaid charges. So now they'll have to find a way to destroy those physically with losing the ability to disable them with the EMPs, as that Reagan Beep will be retreating back onto the site. The attackers here now a little bit stalled out. Diffuser has been recovered, though, by the Habana, so that is a good sign. It appears another defender a little aggressive here. Drone coming out from Habana, though, not looking that way. If the defender is smart, this could be the perfect time to capitalize on this, but the defender has retreated away, so this Habana will not be punished for not catching them there on their drone. These hatches here, both electrified still. Not really sure what this attacking team has as far as options here, as we have Moosey here on a bit of a roam. Not really seeing any other upstairs presence by these defenders here, but Moosey might be weaseling his way into a gunfight sooner than we expect. But it appears Sam Fisher here, played by Boons, he's wandering his way into the basement down these main stairs. Will the defenders be aware of some damage going out by Memi? Or taking it, rather, but Toast able to get the kill onto Moosey. That was that Warden upstairs on the roam. It is now only defenders on site with a minute left to go and no vertical holes opened up as far as I am aware. Boons here trying to take this angle, sees a little bit of Akita's head peeking out and takes it clean off, giving his team a man advantage with 45 seconds left on this clock to go for the advantage. The defenders here, they don't really got to play aggressive. Time is on their favor, but Mo with an excellent C4 going to trade out the numbers once again, giving his team a fair shot. Habana here trying to push down blue, but not having much luck, running around another way to do it. Rememi trying to retake this angle that they were fighting earlier with little success. Blue hatch here being watched by the Stokely. Reinforcements going out there by the defenders late in the game. Toast here trying to push up, trying to use these feed holes to their advantage, but no, it'll be Reagan Beep with an excellent angle, able to take him out here as Memi will be kind of distracted. Dokkaby in sight here, but not able to hit any of her shots. Pushing up, and she is taken out. It is all up to Memi, and Reagan Beep with a nice three-piece, I believe that was, on the round. A nice closing double there and an opening pick. Really a stellar performance by Reagan Beep on that round. Really doing what needed to be done frag-wise, while also bringing some help with those intel and slowdown devices, using his utility as it got late in that round. Through the first two rounds, one trend I would point out so far is this attacking side seems to be, I don't want to say slow, but maybe not quite in sync on these opening two rounds of attack. Of course, those are the defenders' two favorite sites, so you do somewhat expect them to have a good shot at winning the site, as it is one of their favorites on the map. Regardless, the attackers, time's been a big factor both rounds for when they've been finally pushing onto site. They haven't had hardly any time to work with, and still getting a little bit punished on the roam there that last round, so it's not as if they're being super overly careful. It's just perhaps a little bit of outsinkness. It's early in this map, and it's early in this game as it is a best of three, so nothing to worry about yet. Who do I think is going to win the playoffs? I'm not sure if you're talking about this game and series in particular or the entire D3, D4 bracket, but seeing as I don't know most of the teams in the D3, D4 bracket off the top of my head, I'm going to assume you're talking about this game. And this game, I'm honestly not too sure yet, but based off what I've seen early, I've really liked what I've seen from Stormwatch Cloudburst, but I definitely think the Toa Maestros could easily take this as well, and we should at least have an entertaining series. Bit of a warehouse spawn here. D3, D4 bracket as well. Well, you know, I don't know many other D3, D4 teams, but I do know that IRV has a team in there that really loves to squander their way into points, even going as far as to blackmail one of the owners of the league. So I'm just hoping that they don't walk away with the chip. Everyone else, you know, it's been a pretty good team. I want to give a quick shout out while we get this round underway here to both of these teams, especially the Toa Maestros, as in game chat before the game, both of these teams were very sportsmanlike, giving each other good luck and hoping for a good game, being very respectful, something very uncommon in the console comp Siege community, but nonetheless something you love to see. Buck here, not sure where he's going to play quite yet, it looks like, as this Grim is using one of his hard recharges to open up the castle window. As it looks like Akita over here might be getting a little pressure onto him. Never mind, not just a little, it's going to be a lot soon. Taken out from the window by Grim. A nice pick there by Boons, giving his team the opening pick to try and get some momentum going. Reagan Beep here now left alone over in Cash Room. Some hard breach charges being placed on these walls, but that castle barricade not quite opened up yet. Reagan Beep likely going to have a good performance here. That window, there's still a man on it, but does he know? He does not. Boone's getting a second kill from this window, having a stellar start to the round so far. Being swung, getting a triple kill onto Mo here now. Boone's just really carrying his team over this hump, but Xerxes able to get out one pick to bring it back in his team's favor. Well, not in his team's favor, rather, but to bring it closer to being his team's favor. Here in a 2-out Memi, and now we have a 2v3 with 30 seconds and diffuser down, and he's peeking with the launcher out. Not quite sure why that is happening. Gets his head taken off by Moosey. Moosey has suddenly flipped us into a 2v2 with diffuser down. Now the defenders have all of the advantage in the world. The attackers here, both coming from over on construction side, a little bit of bad positioning. Only 15 seconds left to try and get these kills or execute down. They get the first pick, but Moosey able to get another. Will Moosey be able to close out the round? And Moosey with an excellent four-piece to almost single-handedly win that round for his team. Excellent play by the Warden, getting the most use out of that 1.5 on the MPX to bring a third round in a row to Stormwatch Cloudburst in a round that, quite frankly, Maestros seemed to do everything right early on, but once they had that man advantage, they got a little careless with the diffuser and did not have proper locations on the remaining defenders, allowing them to close out a 2v4 by getting that diffuser eliminated from the equation very early by getting that pick onto the man on breach. I believe I saw a comment about what I thought about the Rise Guardians being considered the #1 team for D3, D4. Well, I'm going to be honest. As I said, I don't really know the majority of teams that are in the D3 and D4 for Solar, so I'm going to pull it up right now and do my best to give an evaluation or thoughts. I'm not sure. There it is, standings, as we can look at it. Rise Guardians, you know, I don't know if who is Rise Guardians? Does anybody happen to have that role that I can look at right now?
5 seconds left.
I am not seeing, but you know, they did have a best regular season. However, they only got 2 more points than Rise Citadel, who played in D3, which is on paper a more difficult division. I don't know if I would necessarily agree that Rise Guardians is the best team based off what I'm seeing here, as they did not have the highest round differential and they did play in the supposedly easier D4. If I had to take a pick, you know, I wouldn't really quite be able to say, but I would say that both of these teams here have a solid chance, as I need to get back to paying attention to the game, as it appears Thermite here breaching open the wall. But to answer your question, I really don't know enough to make a good prediction here, but I think Rise Guardians could definitely put up a show, but based off regular seasons, I would call Rise Citadel most likely the favorite to win the tournament. The attackers here moving in quickly, bringing the Montaigne this time. Impacts being wasted from the Azami here. That might really cost them later in the game, as now they have no impacts on the Azami left to deal with this Montaigne, who is barely scathed. Azami here really panicking a little bit on this doorway. Unfortunate that she didn't have a Kiba barrier in place to stop this Montaigne from just being able to wake up. 2 defenders now here in upper rafters. And Thatcher, rather, on breach, might be able to get a pick here if these defenders aren't careful, but it appears no, the Azami whipping some shots, but Thatcher taking a lot of damage, but Montaigne able to get a pick out onto, oh, but it's a run out from the top ropes by Moosey, getting the pick and almost getting away with his life, but the Nomad thankfully able to refrag that out, but Nomad getting refragged out by a nice little flank by Akita, leaving this in a 2v3 situation. Xerxes here left alone on site. He's going to have his work cut out for him here, as he's going to have to deal with these 2 defenders on his own. Seeing one, downs him, but now taking damage from the other. Akita still down below. Xerxes here got to be real careful with how he handles this situation, as he'll be jumping out into upper rafters. He'll be seeing the Montaigne, but the Montaigne will be getting the melee kill onto him, and that leaves Akita alone down below to have to come up these stairs and try to clutch up the round, as is now a 1v3. Eyes now of the Monty spotting him out. The the attackers here, knowing exactly where he is, they are going to take him out. A very good execution there by the attack that time, but I think that Montaigne really gave them a little bit of extra intel and a little bit of brute force that they were sorely missing on the previous rounds. Until Maestros will take their first round on the attack. Ugh.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Ten seconds to insertion.
Taking a slight pause there to rest my voice. I apologize. I'm a bit of a thirsty boy, and I had a couple of messages and notifications on Discord. Just wanting to make sure there wasn't anything from either of these teams in regards to needing a rehost or anything like that. Is Moosey here with a ballsy spawn peek, but it doesn't look like... Oh, there's an attacker his way, and Moosey getting the opening pick onto Boons, who's been the top frag for the other team. A little bit of top frag on top frag action. Moosey coming away with that one, giving his team a nice early pick here. These attackers here now missing their buck. That's definitely going to hurt their vertical play a little bit, but not as much as losing their Thatcher did last game. As we're going to see that hopefully they're a little more careful here. Reagan Beep swinging out. I'm watching the drone instead of the actual gunfight. I apologize for that. Reagan Beep very loud as a one-speed out on this roam with his phone ringing. These attackers here moving in slowly but surely to make this place their new home. Moosey here, it appears, still on the second floor along with Reagan Beep. Reagan Beep doing a lot of sprinting with his clunky one-speed operator, possibly giving away his position to these attackers if he's not careful. The attackers here getting ready to make their move on Hatch, getting the EMP out, using the Habana pellets. That should be taken care of. A C4 from above being used. Many of the pellets being shot off, but bullets from the floor coming through from Memi to really do a little bit of damage onto Moosey here, as now half the time has elapsed. I believe Hatch is still reinforced. It is indeed. Moosey was able to save the hatch here, but Dokkaebi is moving up top. This is going to be a gunfight, and he's taken out by Moosey. Moosey taking a second pick on the round, and still up top to deny that hatch breach, as we are now only a minute and 15 seconds for these attackers here to work with. They do not have control of kitchen, they don't have control of blue, and they have just a barely bit of the first floor control. Habana here, though, sneaking her way down these central stairs, could get a nice pick or two here, but pulling out the Habana launcher, those pellets getting shot as well, getting our intel on Manamoto. Nice kill there by the Habana. Great pick by Toast, taking the head off of Mo as he dared to interfere with her breach. Only 45 seconds left to go here. Not really sure where Diffuser is, as both the other teammates are on drone. Looks like a blue drop possibly coming out, as this Habana is held off by fire. Thatcher here still up on the first floor with Diffuser. Only 30 seconds left. Here's a man on flank. Takes his head off. That's a nice pick by Plixio to even this up at 3-3. I'm getting a bit of lag here. I push in here now. He's getting tagged up a lot, but he manages to survive. He might be able to go for a plant here. Toast will have to protect him here, as it is clear that they are getting a plant down. Where are the defenders? The defenders killing the man with plant, and there we go. A closeout by the defenders as they swarm in from multiple angles. Toast trying his best, but simply put, he cannot watch every angle at once, and since the Diffuser man was killed before him, the round was essentially lost as soon as that happened. A good bounce back there by the defensive side here. Stormwatch Cloudburst taking an early lead 4-1, but there is still plenty of time for a Toe Maestros comeback, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is there still 3 more rounds that Stormwatch Cloudburst needs to win in order to take this map, but then there is, again, it is a BO3, so Maestros have at least one more clean start in this series to try and garner themselves a playoff win here in Solar League.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
As we
attackers.
move here into the 6th and final round of the first half, the defenders locking out their last site, choosing to go CCTV again. It was a bit of a struggle for them last time. Going to be interesting to see if Musi here on the Azami places an Akiba barrier to really try and prevent that Montaigne from being able to walk up those stairs, as if you place it right on those stairs, you can block it off so Montaigne cannot just walk up it while fully extended, which can be really helpful for delaying that push. Montaigne last round, honestly, probably the most influential factor. If you remember, on the one round that these Toe Maestros did win on the attack, it was because of the Montaigne that they sent up Raptors that caused a lot of distraction, allowed another attacker from Breach to get a pick, got a pick himself, and then gave crucial intel at the end of the round to carry it out. Good work by that Montaigne to really help his team out. Boone's here, the top fragger on the Montaigne this time, looking to have a similar impact to that previous round, instantly getting some of this garage wall open, as it appears the attackers here not going for Breach quite yet, but definitely having the tools to get it, as Ace is now heading over there now. Montaigne, though, taking a little bit of his time here, going to be taking some time to go ahead and throw out that drone, as it appears a split push coming out again. Buck here getting that construction wall, as we pay attention to Breach here, as it is coming out. The attackers not really playing it a little awkwardly, not peeking it, but not getting super far away from it either. It appears they're waiting for some drone intel to come out to try and help them here. Reagan Beep here holding the angle onto it, and then obviously Moosey over in Breach now having to deal with this Montaigne. Moosey likely going to be the first one to die, but doing some damage out onto this Nomad, getting some bullets fired from Breach. You gotta hope he's aware. Montaigne slowly working his way up. He is unfolded, but Moosey not quite able to catch him out on that. Going to be difficult to see what they can do here.
Keep it active.
The secondary now being taken out very brutally by Musi, but Plixio here going to be able to get a pick, but the attackers not quite being able to take advantage of this Azami really showing himself a lot to that doorway. Azami going to be fragged out from the Breach, though. That is Memi getting a nice pick on this wall, trying to kind of make his way in, taking some damage while also getting some bullets shot at. But that is Toast as well in the site. Not quite sure where Diffuser is. It's Remy. He's in now. He is getting plant down. Toast takes out another. Akita taking a lot of damage on site. Akita is gone, and it is all up to Xerxes to have an amazing clutch if he wants his team to win this round. Doing some damage. He manages to get one, tries to flick onto a second, but no. Boone's really showing out a little bit of fragging skill on this Montaigne op, is both rounds going Montaigne. He picked up a couple of kills and really helped his team out as well. I'd really like to compliment Boone's on that. Excellent play on the Montaigne, really taking that aggressive Rafters control, and honestly, in my opinion, being the main reason the Toe Maestros were able to take CCTV site 2 out of the 3 times. Slight little pause here as we head into the second half as these two sides switch teams. Just a reminder, if you're new here, if you have never come across my channel before, I do try to stream games occasionally. I would appreciate it if you subscribed. You do not have to, but I do mostly only stream League games. So if you are perhaps someone who enjoys a lot of Rainbow Six Siege comp, feel free to subscribe. And if you get a notification from me going live, it is probably because I am casting one of these games.
By attackers.
Round 7 here. These defenders staring at a little bit of a hole, but definitely something that they can recover from with a couple smart defenses here, as these attackers really couldn't figure out, or rather, StormWatch Cloudburst really couldn't seem to figure out CCTV after that Montaigne was swinging around. It appears another top frag will be playing the Montaigne here. Interesting pattern. You usually don't think of Montaigne as an operator that a team's top frag is excited to go, but nonetheless, both teams' top frags here going to be playing Montaigne. Definitely something you don't expect to see every day. Bit of a usual setup here, you know, a little bit of denial to breaching those walls. Going to be a little bit harder, but then again, Thatcher on the board here for these attackers, so I can't imagine they struggle much with it as these attackers move in here to try and take a first attacking round. Moosey here already aggressively working on this lower garage entrance. He sees one in Raptors. He sees one in lower garage. A little bit of an interesting situation here. He's got to be careful not to overextend too much beyond what his teammates can help with. Some impacts being tossed at this Montaigne, but hardly doing any damage. But they pop the Goyo canister. That'll almost take out the Montaigne right then and there. But Wamai on the bad side getting taken out. Excellent shots by Mo there to help out his teammate. This Montaigne could hop into sight here. Montaigne in sight already this early in the round. Akita with a nice frag grenade kill. And it is absolute chaos here on site. Mozzie getting sprinted at by a Montaigne, takes a little bit of damage. His C4 gone to waste, but Boone's able to get a kill off site. It is down to this Mozzie and Boone's to try and clutch out around here. His site is in pandemonium. Waifu plane taken down, but traded back out. Boone's here and essentially a de facto 1v2 taken out by Reagan Beep with an excellent hold onto the rotation there. Predicted his movement, landed his shots. That was a clean round there. Not really much that Boone's could do to try and clutch out that round as these attackers played it very smartly. A 5-2 scoreline now here, as we have seen both top frags pick up some frags on Montaigne. You know, it's really surprising to see Montaigne picking up so many kills in this match, but you know, he's got a gun. You can melee, so why not go for it? A lot of times the other team won't necessarily expect a Montaigne to really be aggressively gunning at him. And if you get a little bit of hip fire look like we saw, it can really go a long way getting that early damage. So we move here now into round number 8. The defenders switching sites, saying, you know, that defense, it was all right, but they really took that site a lot faster than we were comfortable with, probably. Let's try our gym bedroom hold. I got a little bit more confidence in it. As we see them here setting it up, getting those feet holes made, reinforcing that exterior wall, bringing the Kaid again. Both teams bringing a lot of Kaid, but also a lot of Thatcher, making those walls not really as hard to get as you're hoping. When you bring that Kaid, nonetheless, a little bit of slowdown can help you win some rounds off of time. But as we saw off the last round, this Stormwatch Cloudburst team are really up-tempo on the attack here as we are moving in to the attack phase, or the action phase, rather. Some gunfire being exchanged over here. Not quite sure who from. Maybe Xerxes shooting at someone? Not sure if that was an attempted spawn peek or what that was, as Thermite here will be going up to Jacuzzi Wall to try and breach it, as it is electrified. He will need a little bit of help from Reagan Beat. But Akita, where was that you're getting a frag already? Perhaps in lower garage, I think. Getting a nice early pick. Gridlock tracks being set up to watch the flank here. Akita on this Iana moving in, taking out that garage cam, as we're seeing a little bit of a crash take over here. As Wall here being breached by Xerxes. He's kind of by himself, though, but it appears at least for now he will be fine. But he is kind of by himself with the diffuser. A bit of a risky play, especially considering how well this cash take has been going so far, as the attackers here are moving in. Could use that Thermite hard breach over here if Xerxes is able to make the rotate. But Toast getting a frag out onto Moosey. Not quite sure how that happened. It appears Moosey getting a little too aggressive on that door, as these defenders have a nice crossfire set up. But on the window, Toast taking a lot of damage from that window, but managing to get away with his life. But he'll be pushed out of con, but he'll be swinging back out on the doorway. I'm not sure that that drone saw him, but he'll be taking out the drone, swinging the window here. Will the Thatcher be aware? The Thatcher is not aware. Jumping out, getting a nice pick onto Reagan Beep there. Excellent plays here by Toast, really picking up some critical frags for his team when it matters the most, and getting healed up by his utility. Iana hopped in the window, but not able to clean out that frag here. Toast with a quad kill. He is just killing everyone at the moment. He's taken probably upwards of almost 200 damage this round, but these Thunderbirds that he brought doing so much to keep him alive, as he's looking here, looking at the window, swinging con now. Will he get the ace? Doing a lot of damage, but taking a lot of damage. An ace there by Toast! What a play by Toast. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that man should have been dead to rights a couple times. Iana jumping in the window. I apologize, Akita. But how do you let that man kill you? You had the jump. He didn't even see you at first. It looked like, but an excellent flank by Toast, taking out all 5 of these attackers and winning a 3rd round for his team. Excellent job there by Toast, bringing in 5 kills. He was negative before that round, but now he sits atop of his team's scoreboard, just showing that just because you aren't having the best game early on, one round, you can have a really big impact and really turn things around for this team. Now, the question is, what site will they be going to? I believe I saw basement. Yes, indeed. They will be headed to the basement site, as it appears they really did not like how that CCTV site went. And I can't blame them, as quite frankly, they lost control of the site pretty early. But they're making the smart move here, going downstairs. Toast, honestly, we might need to pay a little bit of extra attention to this round, as last round, I mean, he got an ace. What else is there to say? He absolutely tore it up. Several of those gunfights were 1v2 gunfights where there were 2 attackers swinging him at a time, and he still killed both, which, quite frankly, as an attacker, is not something you can let happen when 2 of you are swinging one person. It's okay if you trade. It's inexcusable if you both die, and really hurts your chances of taking the round. However, StormWatch Cloudburst, they still got a 2-round lead here as they're working on trying to close out this first map. Perhaps a little bit of spawn peek action going on here. It appears there is not, but preferring the door just in case to try and give themselves perhaps an early pick if they can manage it. Moving in, it appears Ying over here, possibly doing a dirt push. She is indeed. She is getting droned in too. At least one defender looking in the direction here. Not seeing, oh no, my apologies. The outline there being in position. A little bit of gadgetry being set up. Is this Ying? Is this sending her flashes out already? Is this a quick execute going down? On to site now, taking a lot of burning damage. Getting damage, killing Goyo. Doing some damage, but getting taken out by Boons. A nice trade there, but it appears that might have been a little bit too early from the Ying, as none of her other teammates were in a position to do anything off of that. A nice play by Moosey to get a pick, but essentially just trading himself out 1 for 1. It's okay, but not ideal. Akita here, dropping down, popping a Goyo, getting in a gunfight, taking out Toast. Toast will not be having another repeat of last round, but Waifu playing with a nice trade to bring us back to an even 3-3. The attackers here, they're making some money move plays with their aggression, but they're not really aggressing together, which I think is really hurting them and stopping them from being able to get this man advantage, because they've caught Two Maestros off guard twice now in this round. But it's been one man pushing by himself instead of the whole team pushing, really preventing them from maximizing their chances. Reagan Beep here playing down these stairs. He's going to be looking around. You know, if he had been on these stairs earlier, he would have gotten a pick there and likely handed site control to these attackers, which is why I questioned why these attackers were so out of sync on this attack, going for a couple of solo hero plays. It's great that you have the ability to do that and at least trade yourself out, but when you push as a team, you tend to have a lot more success as a team. Xerxes here, though, creeping up in dirt. Blue is paying some attention to them, though. The Toe Maestros, the Wamai. Not sure if he's aware now, though. He's taken out by Xerxes. An excellent pick there. That is B-site control handed over to StormWatch Cloudburst, but I don't think they're aware yet. They might be now with this drone intel, as it appears they should have a good idea on the location of both. Xerxes here now, running into the site, getting plant down. The attackers here moving into cover, but Waifu Plane swinging up. Last alive, he sees the hub on his head, but taken out by Reagan Beep at the last moment, almost getting that pick on the diffuser. Reagan Beep, a nice cover there for his teammate. Great timing. Unfortunate for Waifu Plane there, as he had a good shot at bringing that back in his team's favor if he could stop that plant without getting fragged out. But it is match point now here for StormWatch Cloudburst, as we've seen a pretty... Honestly, it's a good match by both sides here. One thing that I would like to compliment both these teams on is this game has not been a matter of who's messing up the most. It's been a matter of who is playing at their best. Both these teams playing good siege, playing well, organized for the most part, and just so far StormWatch Cloudburst just having that edge over the Toe Maestros, but the Toe Maestros still putting up a good fight, giving us an entertaining match so far on this first map of a best-of-3 series.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
as we get in here to this match point round. The defenders opting to go for that basement hold again. I don't blame them. It looked pretty solid. Even though they got taken by surprise, they were able to trade it out. But then at the end, just a nice kill by Xerxes really opened up the site for the attackers to take. Quite a good, impactful play by him. Probably one of the most impactful frags we've seen. Great to see a support player. You know, you're not expecting him to win many gunfights, but that was a pivotal gunfight. Very important and extremely influential in letting his team win the round. Thunderbird here being picked again. Boons and Toast also having some good guns in their hands. Honestly, 4 defenders here with excellent guns. Thunderbird opting for the spaz, but still, it's a good shotgun, and especially after the shotgun buff, you can certainly do some damage with it. Definitely an emphasis on fragging power here by these defenders. It's going to be interesting to see how these attackers go about the take this time around, and if they're a little bit more coordinated on those initial pushes. Xerxes here slowly making some movement over by hatch, doing a little bit of drone out. Akita, a little bit by the garage. Moosey here, though, pushing dirt again, it looks like. Getting that opened up, at least as a possibility. Running in here, I believe... No, I believe there is not an attacker up above. I believe... Yes, the only roamer is over here on top, blue, and then Toast all the way over in Strip Club, likely coming around for a late rotate. It's going to be interesting to see if the attackers are paying attention to their flanks and able to spot him out here as Moosey is starting to make some moves towards site, slowly creeping down these stairs here. Able to see that hole in the wall, some people on cam hearing some footsteps down the hall, but again, there are just so many angles that you can get peeked from here. It's quite a bit of a difficult gunfight to take. We see aggressing a little bit. Toast on the flank, getting the pick and being able to survive for now, untraded out. Drone being placed on him, a Candela used to try and course him around the other way. It worked, and he's able to get the frag. A nice play there by Moosey, even though there was a cam on him giving call-outs. Vigil just not quite able to get it, but someone coming up the stairs. I'm not sure if that Habana was aware that there was a man almost in his face when he threw that flash grenade, but nonetheless, he will be getting away with his life this time. The attackers here, no Thatcher on the board, and with that, Doe can be taken out, no impact EMPs, having to settle without getting bar hatch, but Mo, with an excellent pick through that kitchen floor, you know, he's just proven, I don't need to break the hatch, I can just break the floor, sure I can't drop, but I can still get some nice picks onto your team. As it appears here, not going to be able to get this hatch, at least trying to do it with a hard recharge, but Boone's getting another pick onto Moosey here as these attackers have 40 seconds left to go for an execute. We got one pushing down blue, not quite sure where all these defenders are. It appears one in Moto, and then the other two, one in Arsenal, one in Dirt. These attackers time this and play this right. They could definitely get a good couple picks here. Boone's taking a lot of damage as that Jaeger. He's going to be rotating into Church now to get healed up. Not paying attention to Blue at all. Instead, fully focusing on his main stairs as he's now working his way around. But Akita taking a lot of damage, but there's 15 seconds left. Thunderbird taking out the attackers here. They only got 10 seconds, though. They got to go. Getting stuck on each other and getting taken out. But that is a man down. Plant preparing to go down. Plant going down now. It is up to Mo to hold this angle. Does he know where this last defender is? This defender is trying to come around in blue, but the hole is not big enough to rotate through. Sees him in Church, takes a lot of damage. SMG-12 in hand. Not the best gun for a long-range gunfight, but that high rate of fire is really good for getting some headshots and extremely lethal in close range. As he now has 30 seconds in this post-plant to try and clutch out this 1v2 to keep his team alive on this map. Running low on time, 25 seconds here. Whips out the shotgun, but Xerxes with a nice play with his secondary weapon of his own, making that first map go 7-3 in favor of StormWatch Cloudburst. Toast there, leaving the game. Unfortunate to see. I don't know if perhaps he's being subbed out or perhaps it's out of frustration or some sort of glitch, but a very excellent round he did have with that ace, single-handedly winning his team one of their 3 rounds. Nonetheless, a very good first map here, as I believe we will be taking a short little break, possibly at least to get a 5th man back in the lobby for Toe Maestros, and nonetheless maybe to give players a little bit of a bathroom break.
I need to use the potty, Stampy.
WCast, Stamp.
WCast.
Can we get a WCast in the chat?
I do, in fact, try my best. A great first map there by both teams. Both teams playing well, but this Stormwatch Cloudburst side, they were just able to edge it out. Toast, I'm sad to see him out of this lobby. I'm not sure if he's joining back or not, but Toast having a beautiful ace, winning multiple 1v2 gunfights. You know, Stormwatch Cloudburst, they might have thrown a little bit. I don't know how that Iana, played by Akita, didn't manage to kill him when he had a 2-second head start in the gunfight, but it happens. Nonetheless, Toast, very good on that one round, but the rest of the round, he was about average. Very, very good first map. Exciting to see. I will be changing the map shortly as this is a best of 3. What are my thoughts on what, good sir?
Renusi.
On Nusi? Well, I thought he was pretty good. You know, he did a good job fragging out. He got a nice, clever little spawn peek with that warden onto the other team's top frag. All in all, a great map by him, really playing his role as a frag to the max. The interesting thing, both of these teams' top frags playing Montaigne for multiple rounds.
I have a good reason for that. I was screaming in game chat that I was the better Monty, and clearly I was.
Well, you know, the U team did manage to come away with the win, but both players playing an excellent Montaigne, getting kills every round by Montaigne, no matter who was playing him. Very exciting first match.
One fucking kill with Montaigne, bitch. What you talking about?
I got 1 kill.
I watched the damn stream, bro. You lying. You lying out your ass.
Wait, but here's the thing. I took sight in over, what, 30 seconds?
Stampy, switch us to attack. Yeah, I can't even. No,
alrighty, switching side here. Is Chalet the next map, or do I need to?
I mean, I killed like 7 y'all with small.
It's Oregon.
No!
Mo's restarting his internet, whatever thingy he said.
No, he's back. Yay, we're playing Chalet.
Nusi, I hate you, by the way. Just remember.
Why? What did I do?
I played you in ranked, bro, and you're a rat, man. You're just a rat.
Wait, you played me in rank when?
Nusi the rat. I don't know, like a month ago, maybe last season.
Alrighty, I'm gonna take a short little break to go fill up my water. I will be right back.
You're still like a little rat.
You do that, Stampy.
How am I a rat? I was running around the whole map half the time.
Promise me.
I promise.
Ew, and why the fuck were you doing that spawn peek when you were basement?
Alright, it's because
look at that spawn peek when you're top floor. Why do you do that shit when you're basement?
Oh, cause if you go if you hear a sound cue in warehouse, you can run out and get 2 free picks, and it's normally some dumbass.
So you're just waiting for that one too.
I'm waiting for both. Either you push from main, the top area, or I hear a sound cue there. I'm gonna get a free kill no matter what.
Yeah, I hate you.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit of a bitch.
My teammates suck.
Bro, I haven't played League in a long time, so.
Me neither. This is my first, and I'm not even on this team.
Oh, I'm on this team. I just don't play, cause I'm always busy. These niggas always make games early when I'm not home.
It's not us, bro. It's not us.
I know.
Like
it's always when I'm not home.
Playing over here, playing Warden and fucking what else? What was it? Mozzie when he's 1-6. Shit's crazy.
Nah, that's crazy. You fucking remember me from rank from a month ago. I don't remember yours.
I'm pretty sure I was making jokes about you having a Boosie fade.
You're that motherfucker. There's only one nigga who's ever made fun of me with a Boosie fade. I'm like, bro, like. Oh, I was solo queuing that match. Now that makes sense. I was solo queuing.
Probably.
Because I think I solo queued like what, 70 games last season. Yeah, that was a fun time. So are we gonna like start? It's kind of awkward.
Stampy's getting something to drink real quick.
I might as well go get some iced tea.
Commentator wrote.
Oh god, bro, I'm actually gonna watch it, bro. Like I'm dead ass gonna. Like, I just want to see him spectate me. I really just want him. I just want to spectate when he's spectating me. That's all I want to watch. I'll be right back. Oh, wait. Before I go, yo, Bueness.
What you call it? We're good to start it once Stampy gets back.
Wait, hold on. Yo, Bew.
I think he might have went back to the Xbox party because they're all Xbox.
I wanted to ask him how he felt when I went Monty. Because I think he was the one with the Goyo. Alright, I'll be right back.
Well, I mean, it worked well enough. They were scared to go back up there after it.
This is true. I should have run shotgun again.
Alright, bro. I'm getting iced right now.
Alright, I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Are both sides ready?
Moosey's in here right now.
Moosey not ready. Alright. Are the Toe Maestros ready?
The guy went back into his party chat.
Why can I not add the Toe Maestros? What the fuck?
Well, while we're in an intermission, Stampy, how's your day been?
So far, my day has been pretty good. I got to spend a little bit of time with my girlfriend earlier watching the 4th episode of Ahsoka on Disney+.
Let's go!
It was rather short, but it was pretty hype. I'm not gonna lie. That one Sith apprentice is kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Moosey is back. Toast is browned, confirming that the other side is ready. We will be getting into this next match on Oregon. Good luck, both sides. And have a great game.
Oregon, it's on Chalet. The fuck you mean?
I don't know what that man is talking about, as looking here in the chat, it clearly says Oregon. But, you know, I'll wait for them to at me, I guess, if it's wrong. But I have a message here from Canadian himself saying the second map is supposed to be Oregon. So, I'm just going to go by that. Anyways, we'll be getting into this second map here. First map, a 7-3 win by StormWatch Cloudburst, but do not let that scoreline deceive you at all. Every round was pretty close for the most part. A couple rounds being a dominant win for either side, but regardless, a nice competitive match. Hoping to see more of that here as we go on to Oregon. Osa being banned again by the Toe Maestros. They must really just hate Osa. I don't know why. Well, I kind of do know why. I take that back, but regardless, Dokkaebi being the change-up ban here from StormWatch Cloudburst. Solus being banned again. Who will our final ban be? Getting underway here into this second map, as we are ready to have an exciting map. StormWatch Cloudburst looking to close out this BO3 early, but the Toe Maestros fighting to stay alive here. They will need to take this map. The Malusi being our final ban here. That's a bit unusual, especially in today's world where she is a 1-speed and no longer has that 2.5 SMG, but the MP5 still being a good weapon, but nonetheless, not a very popular operator to be played, let alone banned. However, we saw it being quite effective last round, so the Toe Maestros there likely doing a little bit of a target ban, as they will be starting on the defensive side this time, choosing to defend the second floor site here on Oregon to open us up. Last map, they fell a bit behind on their attacking and were not able to make up the difference on their defenses. So it'll be interesting to see here if they can string together a couple defensive rounds, if they can start to get some momentum going to perhaps win this map and take us to a map 3.
5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
The attackers here moving in slowly now as I just spawned, but a spawn peek by Plixio. I apologize, I did not catch that as I was in third-person view. Reagan beep fragged out. That is the hard breach down in the first 15 seconds of the round. That is a massive pick here by this Warden. Great job by him, getting not only an early pick, but an important early pick there, as this attacking side will certainly be less powerful with only a Maverick to work with hard breach-wise. The Ash here now by himself with Diffuser, but Boone's getting knocked from below. I believe that's a frag grenade by Moosey. Not sure if he's going to follow it up with another or not, but he's doing a lot of damage and getting a knock. He's going to be cooking another one, but no one is quite there. Mo, though, getting a pick. Remy taking even more damage from the frag grenade there as the rotate is opened up and exposed to down below. Akita now looking to move in a little bit. Mo here pushing with Xerxes to try and take this Rafters push, but Azami very close by. Bit of a danger close situation here. Mo here looking out, jumping out, trying to break this other window. Oh, but the Azami runs by just at that moment. Talk about siege timing. You know he is upset. But Moosey able to get the pick. He has come up white stairs and is holding a nice angle. Saw the Azami swing out, but I'm not sure if he did actually. Utilizing that Goyo canister to lock a defender out of sight here. A nice pre-fire, trading a lot of damage with Toast, I believe that was. Memi here fighting desperately with Plixio to try and push these defenders back as they're really being pushed out of their own sight. Plixio here making a bit of a nice play, getting a nice angle, but his teammate getting picked off by Xerxes. That is Toast down on the count. Memi swinging towards Rafters, taken out by Mo. A nice double kill in the round for a minute. It's up to Plixio to try and clutch out this round in a 1v4. He gets the first one, an excellent flick there, now swinging onto Rafters to try and take out the second. Getting blinded, but he is Warden, but unfortunately Moosey will take him out from the top of white stairs. A valiant effort there by Plixio, but Moosey, an excellent flank, able to take him out from the side. A strong recovery there by StormWatch Cloudburst. It's not often you see a team lose their hard breach in the first 10 seconds of the round and still come away with a relatively clean round win, but a very good execute, a nice nades from below, really getting a knock and a lot of damage, as well as, I believe, a kill? I'm not sure if they were able to get a kill for those nades, but I believe possibly maybe a finish or something from a push coming out from Akita on the Ash up above. Regardless, a very nice push there by the attackers, making do down a man. The defenders here opting to try again upstairs, believing that, you know, we had a good hold. Just a couple quick adjustments, maybe a little bit less luck, or more luck rather, not getting naded out from below, and we should have a good shot at taking this site. Regardless here, the attackers once again bringing, I believe, the identical lineup. Likely got to see this ace possibly take out that master bedroom wall that it looked like Ash was going to push last round but couldn't actually breach, given that her hard breach was dead. Possibly another spawn peek here by Plixio. It looks like indeed it will be. He'll be at crouch level shooting out a little bit of the barricade here. Ash possibly unaware. Ash getting taken out by Boons. Lots of spawn peeks here by this Maestros side. These attackers really got to be more careful, as that is 2 rounds in a row. They have lost an operator in the first 15 seconds without getting any well, they got a little bit of damage back this time, but no trade. Defenders now retreating back to site a little bit, but Noosey killing himself with a nade. That is not how you want to cook up a nice nade meal. You don't want to eat it yourself. You're supposed to give it to your enemies, putting his team yet another man in the hole. It'll be up to Reagan, Xerxes, and Mo here to really have the round of their lives now, as they're in a 3v5 in the first minute of the round, without even any damage really being done to the other team. Some gunfight going out here in Rafters between Plixio and, I believe, Mo. Not much damage being done, and both will fall off. Mo here now, re-aggressing with Xerxes here. Interesting to see what Reagan Beat might be doing. He is playing by himself and is also the one with Diffuser. A bit of a possible concern here depending on how this round plays out. But I don't know that he has the time to really rotate around to help the others push. Memi here, pushing up a little bit, getting flashed, getting pushed back, but he's swinging out again, up onto this Raptors. The Maverick swinging him, but he's going to be too late, but taken out by Xerxes. A very nice frag. Thorns going off left and right, but Xerxes will stay calm and get a pick through all the chaos. A 3v4 here now for these attackers. Certainly salvageable and enough to work with here, though. Mo on really low HP. What is Reagan up to? He sees a little bit of him, able to get a pick. We are now in a 3v3. An excellent play there by Reagan, using his angles to get a free pick out. Another one on this doorway, about to swing him. He senses it. Not sure if he sees him or not. A thorn trap going off. Xerxes with another pick. This man is cooking up in place of his fallen teammates. Swinging out. He sees the thorn, and he takes out the thorn. A triple kill by Xerxes, and now it is toast left all around to have another amazing clutch. But no, Xerxes with a quad kill on the round. A little bit of disrespect shooting the body. You don't like seeing that, as you do want to see sportsmanship, but nonetheless, he had an excellent round with a quad kill, really putting the team on his back after two of his teammates got taken out early, one by Spawn Peak and one by Self-Nade. Excellent round there by Xerxes to really just, realize we're two men down, but it's still winnable. Some excellent angle play by Reagan, and before you know it, Stormwatch Cloudburst managed to take 2 rounds in a row on Maestro's primary site, despite being a man down at the start of both rounds.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
The defenders here of Maestro choosing to go down to the basement site this time, likely figuring, that upstairs hold isn't quite working. We're getting the entry pick each round, even getting 2 entry picks the prior round, but still losing out the site. Maybe it is time we take our efforts elsewhere. I apologize. I had a little bit of a burp there. The defenders here setting up, bringing the mirror along to help play onto this bunker. Going to be interesting to see how our attackers go about taking care of that. Freezer here, not having any holes in it yet at the moment, but one wall being left soft, presumably for such. But other than this Mira not having the secondary shotgun, absolutely no idea why that is. Likely switched it off on accident and ended up stuck without it. Nothing but Wamai's impacts here to make rotates. A C4 being wasted to make rotate. You hate to see it, but they did have an excess of them. You would think at least Wamai's impacts, for heaven's sake, would be used to make the rotate, as he has 2 of them, and that is one of their primary purposes. But Musa here doing a lot of damage here as he is behind these barrels, trying to throw out a frag. There is a Wamai disc, though, able to sprint away. Kind of surprising the defenders didn't have anyone quite pushing that here. As we will look at Memi here on this mirror, trying to hold it down for his team, but Boone's able to get a pick off on the roam. Not sure where Musi was. It looks like he might have been pushing by himself, getting punished. Another entry frag going the side of Maestros, but will they be able to turn this one into a round win? The Yangs here coming out. Mira getting blinded somehow through the reinforcement, but not for long. Warden as well here on this drone bomb, really forcing them off of that mirror temporarily. Will these attackers be able to take advantage? It appears possibly so, as Akita is in there like swimwear. C4 being thrown. It's shot before it's able to detonate, but it wouldn't have killed anyone anyway. However, there is a defender out here in Pillar. If he's able to time his swing well, he could get a pick. Not using the 1.5 on the Uzi for some reason. Not quite sure why that is. Perhaps there's a lot of equipment malfunctions here by this defender side, making their job a little bit harder than it needs to be. As I go to spectate Mo, he gets his head taken off by Boons. An excellent pick here. These attackers here really struggling to get these opening picks, but they have been doing very well in their late round executions. Impact grenade here doing some damage. That Yang Candela not going off the way they wanted. Mira able to take out another, and that leaves Xerxes and Reagan in a desperate situation, but a lot of damage done onto the Mira and a trade, but Reagan taking one and dying himself, leaving Xerxes with a minute to work with in a 1v4 situation. The Mira able to slip away and get some healing done to her. by those Thunderbird Kona stations. Xerxes here now, thudding his way down. Does he know there's a man in pillar? He does not. Plixio will swing him, take him out, and clutch out that first round for the side of Maestros. An excellent downstairs defense, really never giving Stormwatch Cloudburst any solid control of basement floor at all. A very well-rounded defense there. Honestly, not much more you can ask for on a site. However, they are going back up to kids and dorms where they have had a lot of difficulty in their first 2 rounds trying to hold those sites, even with their early picks. But it is good sign, very encouraging to see the Maestros. They are able to turn out that entry pick into a round win, as they did fail to do that both of the earlier rounds. However, on this round, I really hope to see Stormwatch Cloudburst be a little bit careful. You know how the saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool, or not quite, but you get it. First time, sure, it happens, but if it happens a third time, you know, I'm going to be disappointed, to say the least, as these defenders here are getting set up. So far, Plixio being a top fragger for Maestros. He was not one of our top fraggers last map. Not doing bad by any means, but not being the lead fragger. Xerxes on the side of Stormwatch Cloudburst really taking command as more of a support player too. Kind of interesting to see your support player for the side of Stormwatch Cloudburst being their top frag, but there has been some interesting situations and good clutches, to say the least. The attackers here coming out. Is that a Wamai downstairs spawn peeking? I see. Well, he's looking at the cams. He's definitely prepared to. Plixio taking some damage. Not sure what he was peeking, but he will not be able to capitalize off it. Boone's here, a little bit self-camming himself on this roam, trying to suss out where any of these attackers are to try and get that entry pick once again. However, it appears no spawn peek will be successful this round, and the attackers prepare to move in. A master bedroom side push here coming out from Reagan Beep as he is holding there towards Attic. Not quite seeing anybody yet, and not getting aggressive yet either. Probably waiting for his teams to start applying some pressure over an Attic, as Xerxes is headed over to do that with Mo right now. Xerxes here opening up these footholds. A little bit of damage being done by his teammate Mo onto Waifu Plane, as he will now be mavericking open the hole in order to crawl in to the Attic connector itself. An air jab going off on the flank. Moosey capitalizing on it by picking off Boons, although I believe that was elsewhere on the map. Yes, as the air jab was actually on bottom tower. The Goyo getting his flank foiled, but playing the hatch from below. This could be a really good position if he stays on it, but he is going to fall off of it rather quickly, as he is alone downstairs and could have had a very nice angle onto the hatch to help try and control Attic. Reagan Beep here, though, getting a little bit more aggressive. He has the diffuser, holding a nice angle onto site here. Not sure if he knows there's someone behind that shield, but Akita getting a nice pick onto Toast. Thorn traps being triggered. Reagan is going to quickly sprint away from them and look towards his open sight hole. Thorn swings onto it, able to do a lot of damage onto Reagan, but she's caught reloading. A nice pick by Reagan, and before you know it, Plixio is left alone in a 1v5. He's able to catch out the ace, but Akita on the Ash getting a nice refrag there. Just really struggling on that upstairs defense early on by the Maestros. Plixio there being left all alone in a 1v5. That is never a good sign. A bit concerning heading into round 5 here, as both Waifu Plane and Toast are yet to be able to pick up a kill for their team. But as we saw last map, Toast was struggling a little bit, going negative, but then got an ace in one round, single-handedly winning it for his team. So, a key factor here, if the Maestros want to get into this game, we'll be seeing some production out of those two fragless players, especially with Waifu Plane going on the Thorn right now, widely regarded as mainly a frag op, but still, for some reason, using the holographic sight. Perhaps that is a part of why they are 0-3. Unless I am mistaken, Thorn still has the 1.5, which makes the Uzi a spectacular weapon, really, but opting not to use it, I won't question it. I'm sort of almost questioning if she even has the 1.5, because I feel like it would be a pretty unanimous decision nonetheless. 5th round here for the attackers, going up top for the 4th time, trying to win it for the first time, as these attackers really, they seem to have it memorized almost on how to attack this site and win. Looking to see if we have any spawn peaks here, and it appears the answer is not yet, although we do have Boons jogging over to Showers, perhaps for a little bit of a lurk game to try and watch if anyone's trying to push up White. Boons here doing a lot of head nodding here. Not really sure if he's trying to say hello to the stream or whatnot. But regardless, hi Boons, we see you. You're having a decent map so far, but you're going to need to lock in on this round with your Warden. Your Warden jumping out, but getting absolutely slammed, unfortunately, on the run out. Not quite able to catch that. A ballsy play there earlier by Plixio. That is your top frag gone off the board. A nice pick by Reagan Beep. That was the hard breach. A high-risk play there by Plixio. Unfortunately for him, he is not able to pull it off this time. Boons here, however, was listening when I told him he needed to have a big round, picking up one onto Musi so far. He is in critically low health after this, and unfortunately his team does not have the Thunderbird this round to get him back up to health. Sitting in this corner now, depending on when this wall gets breached, it could be an issue. Xerxes, though, taken out by Toast. This wall getting breached, but Bruins will get out of the way in time to avoid dying to his own Goyo. Remy, though, getting a nice kill with the MP7, not quite catching that frag. Akita down below by himself. Mo here in a bit of a bad situation trying to fight Attic by himself. Definitely not the best position to be in. A flashbang going out should be pretty much blinding this Azami, but these Azami barricades completely sealing off that Attic rotate he was hoping to make. Akita here not appearing to have much intel to go off of, as there is nobody alive over there to speak of. A thorn trap going off there on the white stairs. About a minute left for these attackers to work with. Not looking good for them, but we have seen Stormwatch Cloudburst pull out some impressive underman clutches earlier in this map. Interesting to see if they can do it again, but at the moment they appear to have really just stalled out, not moving. Unless I'm lagging, no, Akita is slowly moving now. 50 seconds left on the clock. The defenders so far doing a good job being patient for the most part, not swinging out and taking unnecessary gunfights. Down to 40 seconds here as these attackers are slowly, looks like Akita will be pushing up White. That Fenrir going off, obscuring his vision, making this definitely a hard gunfight to take. Mo, on the other hand, doing a late rotate to come around up main stairs, but quite frankly, he will barely have any time to work with once he pulls it off. Akita here will need a big couple of picks here, picking off one Goyo canister, but that's going to lock his friend out of sight. Although this Azami barricade essentially already did this. Frankly, it's up to Akita to win a 1v3 on site here. He wants to win this round. Some gunfights going out here. New on the other side able to take a pick. Mo able to get one, but Ash getting fragged out. Mo onto site gets another. But lagging here is Toast. I'm not sure if that's me lagging or him lagging. Toast here. He was fragless before, but he's able to get 2 kills that round, including the round closing kill. A good performance by him. Glad to see that player stepping up to help be a critical part of his team securing that round. My voice here now getting a little bit tired as this is the second map. I'm going to take a quick, brief moment to drink my water, but very encouraging there to see the Maestros finally win that upstairs site, as it felt like other than the basement site, they were really struggling on that map. They weren't confident enough to go either of their first floor sites. And the upstairs site, they failed the first 3 times, so it was really starting to look quite concerning for them. But thankfully on their 4th time, they were able to secure a nice round win there. And now it'll be up to see if they can have another dominant hold on the basement in order to see if they can go into this half tied up at a nice 3-3.
Bomb located by attackers.
Defenders here bringing that Mira setup again, most likely, at least reinforcing it. Hasn't put the Mira down yet. The secondary shotgun here finally being equipped by the Mira. Probably a mistake in the last round, which made it a little bit harder to have head holes in Freezer and to make rotate without having to use a C4 here. Waifu plane here. Going to be interesting to see. Has she equipped the 1.5 scope, as she still is fragless on this map while playing a frag operator for a few of these rounds. Refusing to pull out the primary at the moment, so we will have to hold out onto that, but we will keep an eye on that. Reagan Beep here, droning out. He sees that Mira. They had a lot of difficulty dealing with it last round, at least initially. Reagan Beep here getting a little risky, putting himself behind these barrels. A little bit of a difficult position to be because he is essentially stuck behind them now. And at the mercy of this Mira if he wants to try and escape. Xerxes here, a little bit of a big tower push. Not sure how much intel he's being fed by his teammates, but Moosey with a nice pick upstairs onto Boons to help him out. Xerxes here taking a little bit of damage. I believe that's from the drop down on High Tower. Is here. Toast getting an excellent pick here. All four of the defenders on site, really compactly packed in here. I mean, it worries me a little bit. Freezer completely uncontested, but Moosey taking a lot of damage. But now, from all the way in sight, some nice angles through those head holes coming into attack. I am unable to switch in time, unfortunately. I apologize. But Plixio getting one, also trying to hold an attack onto those main stairs. Xerxes, Reagan, and Akita here, left alone in a 3v4. They've got each other, but it's going to have about half the this. Reagan Beep here still contesting this Mira. The Mira is gone and shot out, which makes it a little bit easier. However, he doesn't know that the kite is still there. A little bit of a bait play, perhaps, with that reinforcement going up, who cost Reagan his life, because it looks like Akita is down here in action. Where is his teammate? Xerxes trying to follow up behind, but he's a little bit late. Akita in a very bad position, able to get a Candela off, but Xerxes here now, left alone in a 1v3, getting shot from behind, but not quite looking that way yet. Seeing him, but shooting at the wrong moment. Now he's pinned into this corner, able to take out the Warden there. Really a bit of a misplay there by the Warden, perhaps. Left in a 1v2 now. Does he know this Mira is there? He does. It is a 1v1. A nice triple kill here by Xerxes. Really doing a lot for his team, taking a little bit of time to drone. He knows exactly where their last defender is. And no, the Thorn has still not equipped the 1.5 times sight. It will be up to Waifu playing to register his first kill of the match, which will be a very important kill, winning his team the round, trying to spray through there, but Xerxes not getting taken out. Only 20 seconds left here on the clock for Xerxes. He needs to be careful. This is a lot of time that is ticking away off this clock. 10 seconds now. It appears Xerxes does not know where he is, seeing him spraying a little bit, but Waifu playing with a huge first kill onto the map, clutching out the round for his team, as we saw perhaps a little bit of throwage by the Warden, wide swinging and peeking something he didn't need to with little time left on the clock. A very nice pick onto the Mira. Can't really blame her at all. Xerxes just seemed to have her number, but unfortunately not able to win out that 1v1. Very encouraging to see Waifu playing pick up a nice impactful frag for his team, though, really providing a very important contribution to his team. While it may only be one kill, it was perhaps the most important kill anyone on his team has gotten all map. Heading into the switching point now, we are tied up in a 3-3 game. As the Stormwatch Cloudburst now will be on the defensive side. They will be trying their hands on this upstairs site as well that we saw the Maestros struggle with so immensely, only able to win the site 1 out of their 4 attempts on it, but being successful on both of their downstairs holds. Defenders here setting up, getting some head holes set up. A little bit of reinforcement. Is that a rotate? That is a rotate into Master Bedroom, I spy. Not sure if that'll get reinforced later or if they plan on leaving that open, but either way, a little bit of an interesting decision. It'll be interesting to see how they utilize that and work that into their game plan. The attackers here, now gearing up. They did lose the first map, so they are a map behind score-wise, but they have made this map a contest so far, 3-3. Definitely seeing some good play from each team. Let's see if the Maestros can clear out a couple of rounds here to try and take us to a map 3. This appears the attackers here just doing some initial droning. Nobody really making quite a move yet. at all, as it appears they are all being very spread out, to be honest. Likely trying to get a lot of angles, but a little concerned that's going to impact their refrag ability, as I'm not really seeing any of them in positions to get refrags off of each other. But some good drone work coming out here as Memi and Plixio are near each other. A Ram operator being selected for the upstairs site is a little bit interesting, as you're really not able to get too much of that vertical destruction, as she is mostly a from above operator, but nonetheless can be used to take out quite a bit of utility that could be helpful in other ways. Toast here dropping off of this master bedroom push, it looks like. Not quite liking what he's seeing, and he does appear to be alone. Xerxes here getting fragged out from below. This could be an issue. That is Glass with the frag grenades. Feels like it's been a while since we've seen a Glass picked in comp play. Boons, though, getting some use out of that scope, taking out Xerxes as he's attempting to flee, playing that hatch from below. An excellent pick there by Boons. He's going to be swung, though, by a Warden. He's not the only man with the ability to see through smokes, as Moosey takes him out, evening us up at a 4-4. And these attackers have only got about a minute left to attack here, and I haven't really seen them take any of the critical walls, so it's going to be interesting to see how they manage to funnel into this site to go for their execute with less than a minute remaining. Memi here working on getting the rest of that attic wall. Reagan, though, with a nice pick onto Waifu Plane, but Akita trying to contest this master window. A C4 thrown. It's going to be a little bit of a misthrow. Moosey just throwing it around a lot, not really sure what he's trying to do, but Mo here with likely a critical opportunity to stop this attic push when it comes out, as it appears all three of these attackers will be pushing attic. Mo will be the man to watch. How many will he be able to stop? The first one swings. He sees his leg, but he is flashed. He tries to fall off, but the rotate isn't perfect. He's struggling to get through it. He does fall back onto the other site. Reagan giving him some support as well, as it will be up to these attackers to really try and spearhead one in here. Remy swinging out, but he's going to get taken out by Reagan Beep, and it's going to be all in the hands of Toast. He takes out one, flicks onto another, but Reagan Beep able to shut him down. The defenders winning the upstairs site. Stormwatch Cloudburst able to do it their first try to get themselves another round win and take the round lead here on map 2.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Defenders here opting to go for that basement site now. The smoke here with the shield being brought by the Warden. And, you know, really a shame that Ubisoft took the shield away from Smoke, as it really makes him a lot less effective an operator, especially with Fenrir coming out and really having a lot of the same purposes, but being able to do it more effectively. Smoke already on a downward trend in pick rate, but Ubisoft deciding, you know what? Let's nerf him anyway, because why not? Anyways, here on a basement defense here, seeing an elbow hold with the shield, while Mai out to try and stop those grenades. Not bringing a Mira, a little bit surprising, especially considering how effective the side of Maestros was with that Mira on the site, really honestly being their critical point at pushing back against the Stormwatch Cloudburst attack. But each side has their own ideas on how they would like to hold and attack each site. Boons here, rather, upstairs with a cam on, looking in. I believe this is Small Tower, hopping in now. He seems to kind of be entry fragging with little to no intel by himself on Glass. I don't know how I feel about that, but if it works for you, go for it. I don't see why not. You know, if you're good with a DMR, why not? As it appears, the entire attacking team rotating over to Small Tower. He will not be alone for long, but no defenders here upstairs. As it appears, the whole attacking team will just enter uncontested into Small Tower and slowly work their way over to Back Tower, as Boons will be holding an angle there. Plixio here really just getting in his exercise, running from Big Tower over to Small Tower, now back to Big Tower. That Flores operator really going to be in shape by the end of this match. Regardless, Boons here, rather, starting to move down these stairs now with that glass, trying to hold some nice angles onto Pillar here to try and weaken the rotate game of the Stormwatch Cloudburst size. Toast going to take out Moosey here, doing a little bit of body shooting and teabagging. You can tell that he is happy about that kill, opening up the freezer hatch that was in fact soft. Not quite sure why that was, as Stormwatch Cloudburst did have reinforcements left in the pocket, and that is usually a hatch you want to try and reinforce. Reagan Beep here left in a little bit of a shitty situation on Freezer, throwing his C4, but it's only going to do maybe a tick of damage onto Memi, as these attackers now have great up-top control, but only a minute left to go for execute and not much control on the bottom floor. Glass here going to be taken out by Akita. A nice pick there by Boons onto him. Great to see him swing and win that gunfight. Going to be important here. 45 seconds here left for these attackers. They seem to be funneling in from Freezer, but there's a smoke on the board and the Goyo. I don't know if funneling in at 30 seconds from one angle is going to do the trick here. Regardless, two of them still trying to force their way in here, while the other two attempt to attack from Laundry. Toast here dropping that hatch with the hard breach charge. It's going to be an all-out brawl here on site, more than likely. Mo here with an opportunity onto Laundry, spraying him down. Akita holding on to backstairs. Reagan still holding out, and Freezer. Xerxes trying to throw these smoke canisters, seeing one. He should have his gun up, ready to fight. Will he see him in Laundry? He takes one out in Laundry. He takes two out in Laundry. Oh, he does not. Plixio is in the final dying seconds, finishes off his kill, but does not hit the diffuser, and the other attackers are nowhere nearby. So unfortunately, he is unable to attempt to clutch out the round. A good round there by Stormwatch Cloudburst. It looked like the Maestros a bit indecisive on that round. First attempting to go and take the Big Tower hold, but ultimately deciding against it and going over to Small Tower at about 30 seconds into the round. It wasted a good amount of time off the clock, and then add on top of that the seemingly a little bit slow push-up, which kind of cost them a little bit, but not too much. Ultimately, that smoke and that Goyo, rather, really having a good effect there, taking them out, and quite frankly, just buying time. Because essentially there, the attackers, even though they might have had a good amount of attackers left, they didn't have any time. And by the time you burn out all of the smoke canisters, all of the Goyo canisters, I mean, really, they had maybe 10 seconds to get their execute off. And quite frankly, that is not going to work 9 out of 10 times. Stormwatch Cloudburst here expanding their lead a little bit as we head into round 9 with a scoreline of 5-3. A reminder to any of those just joining us that Stormwatch Cloudburst did pick up the win on the first map. So if Stormwatch Cloudburst is able to win out this map, they are the orange team. They will win this best of 3 series outright. If the blue team, Maestros, is able to win, then we will be headed to a map 3. It appears pushing Small Tower again, the B-Man with the bailiff opening up the window, as this will be a tertiary site hold here by Stormwatch Cloudburst, as I do not believe they have lost a defensive hold yet. Proper drone work coming out here from the side of Maestros, as they are wanting to make sure that they can get proper intel to help secure themselves a first pick. However, they are pushing in aggressively now with old intel. One thing I'm noticing is that they do a good job droning beforehand, but they don't really have much live dronage when they push. Moosey, I don't even know where that was, but he manages to get a pick. Looks like bottom white, perhaps, or maybe on, I'm going to assume, double white. A nice pick there, as there are 2 attackers or defenders upstairs, and it appears there have been no efforts to clear them out yet. Checo here holding angle towards the bottom of white stairs, but it won't look like anyone is going to be brave enough to peek him just yet. To see Anna spotting some holes in the floor, warning her teammates to be careful of them and trying to hold them as angles for herself. Reagan Beep here on the site. His castle barricade on the doorway has been knocked down, but he is holding it tightly as an angle. These attackers here really bunching up a little bit. They don't appear to have any EMPs or other gadgetry to get that EMP off the wall to try and help at least expand their angle onto Reagan Beep, as they will now be looking to fire him the other way. But Mo here with the shotgun, he's getting pushed up on. Boom! He does a ton of damage, knocks one. Another one swinging him, takes him out as well, and boom! Plixio is in a 1v5 here to try and catch in series point. Plixio here is getting spotted out by the castle. Is that the secondary shotgun out? It is, and Reagan Beep with the secondary shotgun. The disrespect is almost unbelievable. You almost call it throwing if he loses that gunfight. But however, a little shooting the body with the super shorty after getting a super snipe with it. Absolute statement kill there by Reagan Beep, who is having himself a game, going 11-5. Especially impressive considering he was on the castle last round, using some more supportive operators, at least a couple of the rounds. Maestros here, though, really surprised they choose not to use their timeout here, as they have not used a timeout on either map, and they are now staring down match, map, and series point here. If the Stormwatch Cloud game against the Maestros, but the Maestros, they are not giving up. They might be down, but most of these rounds have been pretty close. Coming down to the final moments, you got to think if they were a little bit quicker on their executes and had a little bit more time, they might have been able to pull off a round or two here on their attack, but simply really just getting their time wasted out here very effectively by this Stormwatch Cloudburst side.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to go. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
A little bit of a different setup this time, using a deployable shield to look towards master bedroom to try and hold that, as this is a round that is oh so critical, as from here for the next 3 rounds, Maestros cannot lose a round or they will be eliminated, I believe, from the Solar playoffs, or at least lose their first round matchup. I'm not sure if it is single or double elimination, but either way, they are on the brink of losing this playoff matchup. A little bit of a big tower and small tower push coming out here, as it appears they want to be playing these window games a little bit. Nobody over in small tower as far as I can tell, but it appears the defenders are taking time to make sure that is the case. Nobody appears to be on this first floor roam either. Boons, I'm not sure if he's getting droned in. He is getting droned in by himself and a teammate. Nobody here on this first floor at the moment from WF, but Moosey rather just snuck up from Freezer, taking out a drone, possibly getting spotted by another. We might have a gunfight come out here if Boons or Memi is aware. Plixio as well. Moosey here really in a bit of a tricky situation. He has 3 guns pointed at him, and as I go away to third person, Boone's able to get a nice pick, but taking some damage back onto himself is the man from White Stairs. I believe that is Akita picking him. This nade, however, will be off the mark, providing a little bit of hole through the floor, possibly to be played off, but not getting the frag that he was hoping for. Some main window activity coming out here now from these attackers, as it appears they are pushing from main window and below mostly. Interesting to see what this Buck will do vertical-wise, as it appears he really hasn't made much of anything vertical yet. This Iana hologram getting up into sight. Going to be interesting to see where this Xyz comes down from, though. But Xyz taking a lot of damage. He's in a little bit of a pickle, but he does have a great angle onto White Stairs to really help try and prevent the push on that. 45 seconds here left for these attackers. They've gotten their entry pick and tagged up a good amount of the defenders, but they haven't really established any control onto site. Akita being knocked down as well here. Essentially a 5v3 probably for these final 30 seconds. Mo also getting knocked through the floor by that Buck underbarrel shotgun. Reagan Beep and Xerxes here needing to close out the round for their team. Reagan Beep missing the opportunity. He is the only defender left standing up, and a flawless round by the Maestros. A bold, very effective attack there again, not really establishing much control or pressure onto site other than the vertical for most of the round, but a very nice execute, simply winning their gunfights, giving them a flawless round there, and a commanding reason to make us think that this map isn't over yet.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Time around, you want to hope to see them keep up this momentum. Everybody loves to see a comeback story. Everybody, that is, of course, except for the team that has a lead. Teams that have a lead hate comeback stories because there's nothing more defeating than having victory in the grasp of your fingers and letting it slip through. However, the Maestros here, they still got a little bit of a hole to climb. They do need to win 2 more rounds in a row to have a chance at winning this map and by taking it to overtime. And even if they do end up winning this map, they will then go to a map 3 as they did lose the first map in the series. Akita here on the roam upstairs, maybe going for some sneaky shenanigans. Moosey, though, with a very ballsy pick, but a peak angle. But unfortunately for him, nobody will be coming that way, so he will likely be wasting his time for now. The attackers here grouping up by main entrance, perhaps trying to go for more of a laundry or, once again, another vertical heavy push as they tried to do on the previous attack of this site. It appears the Thermite here, or rather the Ying, being up top. Perhaps a master bedroom push coming out? I'm not quite sure. But it appears they are making their way into main entrance, bucking open. Was that hatch soft? It was. That hatch being left soft. Buck taking care of it and taking down this barricade, quickly setting up an ability for them to rotate down quickly. I'm not sure how aware these defenders are as Akita doesn't get fragged out by Boons up top. That will give them that up top control that they have been craving. Toast now looking to open up freezer hatch as well. This is looking like a good start to the round as Memi able to get a pick onto Moosey as well. This is the exact start that they want. Reagan, though, getting a knife kill on the Toast to bring this round back a little bit more towards the way of StormWatch Cloudburst, but they still are staring down a little bit of a man deficit in their attempt to clean out this map. Reagan Bape here, once again, being the lone man in freezer, having a little bit of a hard time. Though there is a man on back blue stairs they will have to be careful of, but he is holding a bit of a passive angle for now. The first Candela's going out. Going to be interesting to see where the push goes down. Mo, though, getting a pick onto Plixio. Nobody able to get that refrag, evening out the numbers at 3-3. Man pushing down pillar now, but I don't think the attackers know. They do not appear to know. Reagan Beat possibly knowing, spraying some shots this way, but not quite. Looking the wrong way. I don't think they know he's in blue. Those shots should alert him, though. And a nice frag there by Reagan to give his team a 3v2. Spotting the man out in freezer. It is all on the hands of Waifu playing. Can he clutch a 1v3 to keep his time alive? He swings out, and Reagan Beep with the map clinching, series clinching frag to send StormWatch Cloudburst a resounding victory for their first Solar playoff game. An excellent display there by both teams. Maestros certainly giving them a run for their money, doing an impressive job putting up a fight in both maps, but StormWatch Cloudburst able to just overpower them on both maps. But shout out to Maestros, they put up a great fight. They fought well. It was a good match, very enjoyable to cast, but StormWatch Cloudburst just able to take that map over them, and with that they win the second map and their first ever Solar playoff series. I believe I have some members of StormWatch Cloudburst here in game chat, and would anyone in StormWatch Cloudburst here like to do a little post-game interview, perhaps? All declined. Wow, Reagan Beep giving me a lot of lip.
I'll be nice. I'll do it.
No, that's not done.
Trust me.
I would
Giannis.
like to hear from Mo here. I just love the sound of his voice. So if Mo here could do an interview with me,
racist.
Mo, How is this racist? He just has a nice voice, my guy. All right, I will
He's
be.
foreign. He's black.
Wow, some assumptions there coming out. But Mo, tell
I
me
know exactly
about.
where he's from.
That
I know
might
where
be
he's
true.
from.
That might be true, but we're gonna ignore that fact.
He's a
Mo,
bomber too. Like he's a Muslim, like me.
all
Jeez.
right, that's a bit of a bold statement there. Wild take. Anyways,
He's like another. He's another me. Like our birthdays are literally this Monday.
oh, are
I
they
gotta
now?
stop.
That's pretty
Look at the date.
crazy.
Look what date Monday is. Look what date Monday is.
Oh, wow, that's a bit of a interesting day there. Anyways,
Hey, don't let
a
Matt
great
find this.
match
He's gonna
by
suspend
both
us. He's gonna
teams.
suspend us. Akito literally sent a post about this. Not even.
When?
Yo,
This is
who's on this
true.
game?
That was for Hyper.
I do not know who your next opponent is, but a good job here by StormWatch Cloudburst. Great job, guys. Way to get the win. But to Maestros, you put up a valiant effort. I was glad to see. You certainly gave them a run for their money. You put up a good fight every round. A nice, flawless round there, but at the end of the day, StormWatch Cloudburst able to come out ahead and take the win. Kind of like the Detroit Lions.
Classic.
Okay, but like they won by 1 point.
The Detroit Lions are the best football team in the NFL, in case you did not know,
yeah,
and there will
fuck
be
you, kill
no
yourself, like
rebuttals to that, as I will be leaving the lobby so he does not get a chance to respond. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The Detroit Lions are, of course, the greatest NFL team of all time. However, that will be the end of our playoff game today. Thank you for joining us, everyone who did watch. Any teams watching back this VOD, there were some things to notice, but overall, good play by both teams. A little bit of slow executes, I really think, were the main factor in Maestro's gameplay that allowed StormWatch Cloudburst to take the win. But nevertheless, excellent play by both teams. Thank you to both teams for coming out and playing today, and thank you for allowing me to cast your game. Thank you to anyone who watched, and I hope all of you have a wonderful evening.